On November 25, 2025, Russian President Vladimir Putin touched down in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, beginning a highly anticipated three-day visit that drew the attention of the international community. The arrival was met with tight security and a carefully orchestrated welcome, reflecting the significance of this diplomatic mission for both countries. This was no ordinary diplomatic trip. It was a calculated and strategic move, signaling Russia's intent to reinforce its influence in Central Asia, ahead of the crucial Collective Security Treaty Organization summit. The visit was closely watched by regional powers and global observers alike, as it was expected to shape the tone of upcoming multilateral discussions. Putin's arrival at the invitation of President Sadyr Japarov was marked by a formal welcome ceremony. Bishkek's streets were adorned with Russian and Kyrgyz flags, and the city buzzed with anticipation. The warm reception underscored the importance Kyrgyzstan places on its relationship with Russia, and the symbolism was not lost on the international press. The timing of the visit, just before the CSTO meeting, underscored its critical importance for both bilateral relations and regional security. With tensions simmering in the region, the summit was expected to address pressing security challenges and economic cooperation. Putin's choice of Kyrgyzstan, a country that is not a signatory to the Rome Statute, highlighted his ability to travel within his sphere of influence despite mounting international pressure and legal challenges. This move was seen as a demonstration of Russia's enduring reach in the post-Soviet space. The initial agenda included a private meeting between Putin and Japarov, setting the tone for candid and direct discussions before the start of official negotiations. These talks were expected to cover sensitive topics, from security cooperation to economic development and energy partnerships. The high-level Russian delegation, which included senior ministers and prominent business leaders, signaled that the visit would address a broad range of economic, security, and investment issues. Both sides were eager to explore new opportunities for cooperation and to strengthen existing ties. More than just a ceremonial occasion, this visit sent a clear and powerful message. Russia remains a central player in shaping Central Asia's future, determined to maintain its influence and build lasting partnerships in the region. Before the CSTO summit, Putin and Japarov held focused bilateral talks to strengthen their strategic partnership. Their discussions centered on trade, military cooperation, and regional security, key pillars of the Russo-Kyrgyz relationship. Russia remains Kyrgyzstan's main economic partner, providing investment, remittances, and essential goods. Talks aim to boost trade, streamline business, and launch new joint projects, especially in energy and infrastructure. Military cooperation was also crucial, with Russia's Kant air base symbolizing its security guarantee and ongoing support for Kyrgyzstan's armed forces. Both leaders addressed shared concerns about instability from Afghanistan and the rise of extremism, agreeing to coordinate their responses. The talks concluded with a joint statement, reaffirming their commitment to a resilient, mutually beneficial partnership. The spotlight then shifted to the CSTO summit, Russia's answer to NATO, bringing together Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Tajikistan. The CSTO's mission, collective defense and regional stability, especially amid ongoing conflicts and security threats. The summit's agenda included the Ukraine conflict, border security, and counterterrorism. For Russia, the summit was a chance to showcase unity and set priorities for its upcoming CSTO presidency. Yet, the alliance faces criticism for slow crisis response and prioritizing Russian interests. Recent inaction during member disputes and the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict has raised doubts about the CSTO's effectiveness. This summit was a crucial test of the alliance's relevance and its ability to address members' real security needs. The most striking moment of the summit was Armenia's absence, a powerful and unmistakable statement that reverberated throughout the entire event. The empty seat at the table was more than just a missing delegate. It was a symbol of deepening divisions within the alliance and a clear sign of growing frustration. Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan made the bold decision to boycott, leaving an empty chair that spoke volumes to the other leaders present. His absence was not just a diplomatic gesture, but a calculated move to highlight Armenia's grievances. This boycott was a direct protest against the CSTO's failure to provide meaningful support to Armenia during the Nagorno-Karabakh War and the ongoing border clashes with Azerbaijan. For many Armenians, the alliance's inaction during these critical moments was a betrayal. Despite repeated and urgent calls for assistance, Armenia received little more than diplomatic statements and vague promises, fueling a sense of abandonment and deepening disillusionment with the CSTO's reliability as a security partner. Pashinyan's boycott is more than a protest. It signals a dramatic shift in Armenia's foreign policy. The country is now actively seeking new security partners, including Western nations, and has effectively frozen its participation in CSTO activities for the foreseeable future. Yet, in a move that surprised some observers, Armenia chose not to block the summit's decisions, stopping short of a complete rupture. This careful balancing act suggests that Yerevan is keeping its options open, at least for now. The empty chair became a powerful symbol of the alliance's internal crisis, casting a shadow over the summit and raising urgent questions about the CSTO's credibility and future cohesion. If the CSTO cannot guarantee the security of its own members, it risks losing the trust of other states, who may now be reconsidering their own commitments to the bloc. The future of the bloc now hangs in the balance, with uncertainty and doubt clouding what was once seen as a united front. Amid tensions, the summit also marked a leadership transition for the CSTO. Outgoing Secretary-General ImangAli Tasmagambetov of Kazakhstan handed over to Kyrgyzstan's Talatbek Masadikov, a seasoned diplomat and security expert. Masadikov's appointment gives Kyrgyzstan a stronger voice, and comes at a time when the alliance's unity is under strain. His main challenge: restore faith in the CSTO's security guarantees, and balance Russia's dominance with smaller members' interests. He must also address persistent threats like terrorism and fallout from the Ukraine war. The new Secretary-General's success will determine whether the CSTO can evolve or remain a tool of Russian policy. The alliance's future now rests on his leadership. Putin's visit and the CSTO summit are part of Russia's broader strategy to maintain dominance in Central Asia. These high-profile meetings are not just diplomatic formalities, they are carefully orchestrated displays of Russia's ongoing commitment to the region. By showing up in person, Putin signals to both allies and rivals that Moscow intends to remain a central player in Central Asian affairs. The region, once part of the Russian Empire and Soviet Union, remains vital to Moscow's security and geopolitical interests. Central Asia's strategic location, rich natural resources and shared history make it a key area for Russian influence. The legacy of the Soviet era still lingers in the architecture, language, and political ties that bind these nations to Russia. Russia's military bases and alliances, like the CSTO, reinforce its role as the region's security guarantor. Regular joint military exercises and the presence of Russian troops serve as a reminder of Moscow's readiness to intervene if regional stability is threatened. This military cooperation is a cornerstone of Russia's enduring influence. Economic ties are deep. Russia is a top trading partner and destination for millions of Central Asian migrant workers. Remittances sent home by these workers are crucial for local economies, creating a powerful economic bond. Trade in energy, raw materials, and manufactured goods further cements the relationship between Russia and its southern neighbors. Russian language and media continue to shape the region's culture and politics. Russian remains a lingua franca in many Central Asian cities, and Russian television and news outlets are widely consumed, influencing public opinion and political discourse. Yet, Russia's influence is challenged by China's economic rise and growing Western engagement. Beijing's Belt and Road projects and Western diplomatic overtures are reshaping the region's economic landscape, offering new opportunities and alternatives to Moscow's traditional dominance. In this new great game, Putin's message is clear. Russia remains the ultimate security partner, even as others compete for economic influence. Moscow is determined to remind the world, and especially its neighbors, that its military and political ties to Central Asia run deep and are not easily replaced. The balance of power in Central Asia is shifting, but Moscow is determined to stay at the center. As new players enter the scene, Russia adapts its approach, seeking to preserve its influence and ensure that its voice remains the most prominent in the region's future. As Putin's visit ends and the summit concludes, the impact on Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Central Asia will unfold. For Kyrgyzstan, the visit secured economic support and security assurances, reinforcing its alliance with Russia. Expect new Russian investments, deeper military cooperation, and closer economic ties. For Russia, the summit projected strength, but Armenia's boycott exposed cracks in the alliance. The CSTO's credibility now depends on addressing members' concerns and adapting to new challenges. Central Asia's future will be shaped by the interplay of Russian security leadership and China's economic power. Regional states will continue balancing ties with Moscow, Beijing, and the West. The stage is set for the next chapter in this evolving partnership.